All right, this video is about fractions of the set or fractions of a group. Now, this is a little different from what we've been doing because we've been looking at like pictures or different shapes and splitting them up, right? And they should have equal pieces. Now, with this, it's a little different. It still involves equal pieces, but it's a little different. And I'm going to give you some examples to show you, just so you understand, because you might be looking at it going, hey, wait a minute, those are not equal pieces. How can that be a fraction? And you're trying to trick us. Well, I'm actually not, okay? I'm going to show you real examples here and how it's considered fractions of a set or a group, okay? So if we had a set or a group of shapes, okay, so you could say that, hey, these are not all the same size, and that's absolutely right. But we're looking at the fraction of this group. Now, they are equal in a way. They're not equal in size or shape, but they're equal in that they are all shapes. So that's where that equal comes in. Okay, so now what I can say is, hey, what is the fraction of triangles in this group or this set? Okay, so I look, there's 1, 2, right, 2 triangles. And then I have to count how many shapes there are total, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. So I can say 2 out of 8 shapes are triangles. All right, so we're going to be doing this for this week. Just looking at it a little differently, and there's lots of examples you can do. I'm going to show you an activity that you can do at home that can be a little fun. Another thing would be with numbers. 5, 7, 4, 3, my pen's running out, 6, and 8. Switch to a pencil. All right, so what we can do is, again, they're not all equal, but they are all numbers, and that's what makes them equal. They are all numbers. So what I can say is, hey, what's the fraction of odd numbers? Okay, so remember what odd numbers are. Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. So I look at all these numbers and go, which ones are odd? Okay, odd, odd, odd. So that's 3 of them. So 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 out of 6 of those are odd. Okay, so we can do a fraction of that. Okay, I'll show you one other example on the paper, and then we'll do some others here. A, C, E, G, H, K, L, O, R, S. All right, I've got 10 letters there. Hey, they're not all equal. Well, in this case, they're all letters, so they are all equal in that form. So I could do something like vowels. How many vowels? What's the fraction of vowels I have in this group or this set? So remember, vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. So in this case, I've got A, E, O. I've got 3 vowels out of how many letters? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 3 out of 10 are vowels, and therefore 7 out of 10, because remember, the 2 top numbers, they should add up to the bottom number. 7 plus 3 is 10, are consonants. Consonants are the other letters, ones that are not vowels. Okay, so vowels and consonants. All right, so and I can also do the other fractions for these ones over here as well, right? So if 2 out of 8, so that means 6 out of 8, because 6 plus 2 is 8. There we go. So I've got 2 fractions for each. Okay, now I'm going to show you some other examples, and sometimes this can be a little fun because you get to use some food or different things. And I'll give you some other examples that you can use. So I have some Skittles here. All right, so what I can do right now is just sort them by color. All right, and then what I could do is I could always write fractions of these Skittles, right? So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've got a total of 12 Skittles. So what I could do is write a fraction for each, right? So red Skittles, green Skittles, and brown Skittles. So red Skittles, 6 out of 12, green, 3 out of 12, and brown, 3 out of 12. And again, if you add up these top numbers, and by the way, these top numbers are called numerators. Okay, top number is called the numerator. So you add up all the numerators. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12, and it should add up to the total. Okay, you don't add up the bottom ones. Now those bottom numbers have a name as well. Denominators. Okay, so we got numerator, denominator. What I'm going to try to do in some other videos this week is look at using these terms more so you get familiar with them. All right, so we can do that. A fun little game that you can do is get a little baggie, put a bunch of things in. Now you can use different things like Goldfish crackers. If you buy the ones that have the different colors, that would be good. Smarties, any of those kind of candy things would be good. Coins would be good too. Now what I can do is just pull out like 5 randomly, right? So there we go. I just pulled out 5 randomly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write a fraction for the 5 I pulled out. I'm not going to worry about the others that are in the bag. So that's not part of this group or this set. So this 5. So my denominator is 5. There's 5 total. And then I can write a fraction for the green ones, 2 out of 5. I can write a fraction for the red ones, 2 out of 5. And write a fraction for the brown ones, 1 out of 5. Okay? So what you can do is even have other family members, you know, then you put them back in, someone else pulls out another 5, right? See how your fractions are different or the same, right? Coins are really good as well, right? If you got some kicking around, and maybe you can keep them after. Who knows, right? Who knows? I'm just going to show you one more example with food here. Of course, it all has to be candy, doesn't it? Okay, so I've got these little suckers called Dum-Dums here, and I just grabbed a bunch from the cupboard. So I've got, what have I got? Cherry. What is this one? Tropical Punch. Grape. Apple. And cream soda. Okay. So I have 6 of them, and I can write a fraction for each of those, right? For the cherry, I've got 2 out of 6. Tropical Punch, 1 out of 6. What was it? Green apple? No. Grape. Grape, 1 out of 6. Apple, 1 out of 6. And then cream soda, 1 out of 6. And again, you could do that. You could put them in a bag or whatever. Just pull out maybe a few, right? So there we go. 1 out of 3, 1 out of 3, 1 out of 3. So it'd be better if you had a few more, and then you can just write some fractions with different things like that. And I've got a list of other things that you can use that I haven't already mentioned. Fruit Loops cereal or other kind of cereals that have different colors, but they're the same size still because they're cereal. Buttons, if you have buttons, you can even use playing cards, or if you have some tokens or some like poker chips at home, they usually have different colors, and you can use those as well, and just make some fractions as a set or as a group. Again, they don't have to be equal. Okay? Give that a shot.